Hey guys, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you are well. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, the 10th of December, the year of our Lord 2024. We are counting down to the end of the year. I don't know about you, but I am taking stock and just counting my blessings. So, before I even get on the show tonight to talk about, what I set up to do, I just want to encourage. I think one of my ministry that God has called me to is encouragement. I love to encourage people because I know that, especially in the diaspora where everybody is so busy, everybody hustling. Everybody's chasing the dollar and the pound and the euro. It's not easy. Mm. So I like to encourage you because if you are like me, that this time of the year you take stock. So people like us, it's not everybody that does that, but I think majority usually take stock. By this time of the year, you start looking back. What have I done this year? What have I achieved this year? Did I meet my goals? Did I meet my targets? All my to-do list and must-do list. How many did I succeed? What is left? What have I now done? If you are there, uh Natu, how are you, darling? Welcome. You say I still remember your words in Jamaica. It leads rent free on my head. Which of my words? I have so many words, Natu. You have to remind me. Yeah, I love to encourage people. I really, really love it because I think there's no way you can live your life fully and enjoy everyday life if you are feeling down. So nobody is happy 24 hours a day. Nobody is, uh optimistic or not weary 24 hours a day. But if you constantly find yourself being weighed down by issues of life, you're constantly sad, you're depressed, thinking about problems, then there's a problem. So, yeah, one of my ministry is encouragement. I love to encourage people. And I bring you good news tonight. My word of encouragement to everybody that is listening tonight. I don't care what you have done this year and what you haven't done. The fact that you are alive, eh? And you can hear me as I'm talking now, you have the breath of life is enough achievement. As humans, we always have dreams, we have goals. So I'm someone that is so driven. So let me let you into a secret. I've been working myself to the bone all these years. I told my children, I said, I've been working before you lot were born. Oh, Dee, oh, thank you so much. She said, I usually look forward to your end of year encouragement and worship sessions. Yeah, you have to be grateful to God. Hmm? You have to. I don't want to turn my shows to worship sessions, but I can just burst into praise and worship and just worship God. He is so faithful. He's a marvelous God. He's so good to you. He's good to me. He's good to us. Do you know how many people have died this year? Do you know how many how many days you survived in 2024? Because as humans, the enemy has a way of making us focus on what we haven't done. Okay, so this year you planned that you were going to get married, or you were going to have a better paying job, or that you were going to have a child, or you were going to move cities, you are going to move homes, or you build a house in Nigeria, or you buy your property in the America or whatever, and it hasn't happened. And for other people, is that they suffered losses in 2024. You know, they've lost their a lot of money. Some people have lost their homes because of divorce, because of issues around marriage. Whatever it is that you are going through, I want to encourage you tonight. The fact that you are alive, you have the breath of life, just give thanks to God. There is no dreams and aspiration in the grave. Oh. There is no, my children, we women, his children, my children, my children, my children, my children. There's no that. There's no job. There is no having plans, making preparations for things that you want to do in the year. It doesn't happen. Once you are by, you are gone. So the fact that you are here, my brothers and sisters, I just want to congratulate you. Life is the biggest and the greatest gift. And it's not by power, it's not by mind, it's by the grace of God that you and I are here today. So congratulations. Give yourself a pat in the back that you survived 2024 and you're still standing, you're still here. And if you're healthy, that's additional cause for celebration. It's additional cause for celebration. It's an additional reason why you should thank God. Go to the hospital, go to the morgue, and go and see. Wọ́n sùn rẹpẹtẹ ni, okun. There plenty. So give thanks to God, whatever your situation is. I know people are going through a lot. There's nobody's life that is perfect, whether you are going through a divorce, separation. Some of you, I know you are moving homes because of your marriage breakdown. You know, some of you have lost your home because of marriage breakdown. Some of you have lost your job or that dream job that you're looking for. Some of you is immigration issues that you are dealing with every day. You are wondering, God, when? God, when? God, how? Anything pa mí mọ́ kí n tó gbé, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kí n sùn rárá. Ogun oṣó dìde, ogun ajẹ́ dìde. Èmi mọ̀ pé Baba yóò gbà mí. See, I have so much faith in this God that we serve. I was saying to my brother the other day, my brother, my family members are very religious, you know. So I was saying to my brother, my brother said he was fasting. That I was hanging out with my brother and he said, I'm fasting for 14 days. I said, no, go by yourself with fasting. I said, 14 days, not too much. What's happen? What's happen? I said, don't worry. You see, oh, you know how these shows are. Sometimes what you plan is different from what will now. The spirit leads me to start saying things. Let me tell you something. If you're somebody that is always following prophets, prophetesses, I'm not saying that you shouldn't believe in God and believe in the word of prophecy, but don't be an absolute fool. If a prophecy does not align with it does not align with the word of God concerning you, every prophecy must align with the word of God. What does the word of God say concerning this situation? So I was telling my brother, I said, you guys in Nigeria, the way you go to church, I don't go to church that much. I do go to church, but I'm not like always in church every Sunday, every weekday. I don't miss, no. But my level of faith, hey, by the grace of God, I have so much faith in the power of God. Because I know that He is the maker and the doer of everything. There is nothing you can do outside of Him. He knows the end of the matter from the beginning. So in January, while we were there planning, we will do this, we will do this, we will do this. Eh? You've done 100 days fasting before. Kilo day. 100 days? Chineke me. Why? What happened? It's not to discourage fasting, no. But people use fasting wrongly. Fasting is not for you because you want God to answer your prayers or you need something from God. No. Fasting is for you to discipline yourself and grow yourself spiritually. It's not because you want God to do a certain thing and somebody will tell you to go and fast 100 days. Hunger will wire you for nothing. And then when 100 days pass, the thing didn't happen, you start doubting. Say, but I fasted. Why didn't it happen? Guys, you need to know God. If you are a Christian, I can only speak for what I know. If you are a child of God, you are a believer. Know God for yourself. Know God for yourself. This said, I was so skinny, I chopped the proverbial breakfast during that period, so I could not even break my fast properly. Yeah, belle, belle. So the cocoa is that the fact that you're alive, you're well. The Lord has kept you from January to December. Oh, yeah, koma dupe. You need to give thanks to God. Forget about your list. what you haven't done this year. Forget about what you've lost. The greatest gift you have is your life. The fact that you are here, you haven't lost anything that is so substantial. Yeah, tragedies will happen. People will lose job, whatever they are trusting for. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. But as I said to you, trust. Just keep trusting God and holding on. Hold on, because it is the one. It's only Jehovah that is able to do all things. He knows the end of the matter from the beginning. And he can tell you what will happen to you in 10 years. He can tell you what will happen in 2025. We don't have the ability to see the future. But the Bible tells us that he's the omnipotent, he's the omniscient God. So once you trust in him and you rely on him, then you will not have any anxiety about anything. He makes all things beautiful in his time. That's what the word of God tells us. If you hold on to that, you are good. You are good. So I just want to encourage you tonight. Hold on to God, trust in him, do not waver, and rest. There's one Ima OMG, somebody that I love his music so much. And there's one worship song that he sang, and it was like rest. He just said rest. But rest knowing that you are telling God that I've left everything for you and I'm resting. Because at the end of the day, what can you do? Do you have the power to do anything? You have the power to do anything if God does not empower you? No, we don't. Ah, yes. Fasting does not make God any more powerful. God already is powerful. Fasting is good to fast, but people use fasting wrongly. Okay, we'll do some on another time. But I want to encourage you. If you feel encouraged, let me know in the comment section. Welcome, everybody. Please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so tonight. So tonight, I want to specifically talk to people who are dating indefinitely. You are dating indefinitely. What's this indefinite dating? Hmm? I have so many stories, but there was one that Natu was sharing with me today that somebody that dated for 20 years. 20 years. So there are different categories of people. As I always said to you on this platform, women want security, men want sex. Yeah. If you can continue to give a man sex, it doesn't worry whether he's marrying you or not marrying you. But women always want security. We want, and one of the security you can give a woman is marriage. So tonight I want to talk about dating indefinitely. Incidentally, Adana is in the studio. A man that wants to marry you, women, we unfortunately don't have the power or the gift of proposing. It's the brothers that propose. Say, will you marry me? You will not say yes or no. Mhm. Some people say that women have that power, but I disagree, because you need to be asked before you can say yes or no. It's the person that is asking that has the power. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that, but all over the world is like that. It's men that propose, women, will consent or say no. Right. A man that wants to marry you does not need 1 year. Most men, when you're serious and they love you, they like what they see, they want to make you their wife. Within 6 months, they know. Some within 3 months, they already know. But you see all this indefinite dating. You'll be dating someone 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. I had one 2 days ago, 14 years. Natu told me of one just now. 20 years. I say, Akilo day. What's up? What's happened? What happened? And particularly focusing not just on people who are marrying for the first time, but second marriages. So I heard the story of somebody that was the man is separated, not divorced. You know how our people do. When a marriage has issues, people move away from one another and they are separated, but they will not file the paperwork. Okay. I don't know why, but I think most times it's because of the cost, number one. Because if you file, you have to pay. A lot of people don't want to pay, so they will not file for divorce. And then you find people that are separated for 10 years. They are not officially divorced, but they are separated. So this story is that the woman was dating a man who is separated, and they were dating for 14 long years. I'm like, oh my God, 14 years is a long time. And this happened in the diaspora here. Yeah. The reason why I'm calling Adana recently got married. And Adana, I hope you don't mind me sharing. Adana, you know, met her husband and they were married so fast. That is a man that is intentional about what he wants. And that's what I'm telling you, that a man that wants to marry you doesn't need 20 years or 10 years to know he wants to marry you. Yeah. There was no time for us to even go to the wedding. Adana, Cynthia and I were planning that we will have to go to Adana's wedding. CCC called me a few days to the wedding and to be, let's find ticket and go. Let's go. And I say, Adana did not give us chance. Are you okay with me sharing? Oh, thank you, Adana. God bless you. God will bless your home. God will bless you and my brother. She's an Edo bride, by the way. You should see her with her Edo outfit. She was looking gorgeous. A man that wants to marry you doesn't need 10 years, doesn't need 5 years. He knows within 3 months to 6 months if he wants to marry you. It's probably just checking your character, checking your values, checking if you are aligned, if you are compatible, checking your family, and all those good stuff. We did not have time. Hmm? And then now you are going to share with us, so because your own, the way it happened there, you see, when God says time, it is time. It happened so quickly. So we didn't have time to go. Sister was like, Auntie B, we need to go to New York. We need to go. And then I said, there's no time. I've already been to America this year. I didn't know, and then I was getting married. If you want me to attend your wedding, yeah, just give me notice. Give me a minimum of 6 months notice, at least, so that I can, arrange myself. And then I didn't wait though. The brother was ready, and before you know it, it was done, and it was beautiful. So what's all this 14 years, 20 years of dating? So as I was saying, the story of this uncle was dating this woman. Remember that he's separated and not divorced. After 14 whole years, the families came together and said that since the woman is not married and he too is not married, they should come back together because of the children. You see, the way we Nigerians use the children as an excuse, eh, it makes me laugh sometimes. So the problems are still there. I was telling the person who shared the story with me, I was telling them, I said, go and write it down. Mm? Quote quote it, write it down. Brie told me this. Give them give them higher 6 months. They'll scatter again. Because if you don't deal with problems, you don't deal with the issues, they are not just going to go away because you are separated for 10 years. It doesn't work like that. People don't change. Because fundamentally, we are who we are. You don't see anything wrong in your character. You don't see anything wrong in the way you treated me and the way I've treated you. Why are we coming back together? My people, Tamaforogu, 14 years later, families came together and now said, because of the children, you people should come back together. This, that. And meanwhile, this uncle was already dating someone else for 14 whole years because he didn't divorce his previous wife and didn't make any commitment. This auntie was comfortable. That maybe this is my husband. So I want to just quickly make you understand, women, until a man proposes to you and say, will you marry me? Don't assume. Don't ever assume that he's going to marry you. You don't make that assumption. And until a man commits to you, PK is always teaching us that if a man comes and say, I like you, say, okay, I like you too. Or if you don't like him, say, I don't like him. But if you say, I like you too, say, okay, can we start? What do you want? What do you want to start? And PK is always saying this, emphatically on all his videos, that women are too shy. You want to be demure. You don't want to be too forward. So you don't want to say, what do you want? He said, women, you need to negotiate. These days, negotiate. Relationships are like business transaction. You like me. Okay, what do you want? Do you want forever living girlfriend and boyfriend? Do you want to marry? Or what do you want? You want a baby mama situation, baby daddy this situation? Because you need to know. I know it's difficult to have this conversation, but trust me, according to PK, the earlier you have these conversations, the better for you. Because he said somebody can date you for 10 years and he will say, thank you, I've dated you, now you can go. They never promised you more. Then we women will now start running around and say, hey, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. But he never promised you more. All he said was he wanted to date you. So PK taught us and said, if a man comes to you, and this is particularly for Christian ladies, I like you. I want to be with you. What do you want? You say, I want to date. He said, no, sorry, I'm not available for dating. I'm so and so age. And as a woman, biologically, age, I have a time clock. I have a biological clock. So I'm not available for dating. I'm available for marriage. If you are ready for marriage, you can come back. If I'm ready, then yeah, we'll talk. But for now, I'm only available for marriage. That is a very serious conversation. Unfortunately, we women, mm, no, PK said, B is saying that they will think you are desperate. PK said that it's even when you don't have the conversation that you are more desperate. Because 5 years down the line, you'll now say, "Hey, what are we doing? Where are we going? Eh? Are we getting married?" You cannot propose. You start using insinuations. You start dropping hints. All my friends are getting married. And what are we doing? This year is going to an end again, no? So the problem I see is that a lot of women give away. We give away what you should be giving away in marriage. You already give them away in the courtship or dating stage. So there's no motivation for the man to propose. Patrick said, yes, Auntie B, men knows very fast if they really want to marry you. I've seen couples who got married within months of meeting and they have beautiful marriages. Yeah. B said, it's difficult. They would think you are desperate when you open if you ask. Yeah, you have to ask. Let them think you are desperate. It's better. It's better for them to think you are desperate than for them to date you indefinitely. So with these things, you have to choose your battles very carefully. Mm. Adana say, and please make sure they are equally on your level or higher. Remember, eggs in ShopRite is still. Adana, you're a married woman now. You can't be talking like this. You need to change. You need to change your thinking, Adana. You're a married woman now. The eggs in ShopRite is 8,000. Don't settle for nonsense. Oh my God, Adana is making me laugh. Mercy said, my partner proposed on the 4th month of us knowing each other. We have our introduction engagement on the 5th month and our traditional marriage on the 8th month. Beautiful, Mercy. That's an intentional man. Women, stop wasting your own time by dating indefinitely. Have you heard the story of this auntie? I'm telling you, according to the story, this auntie is going to be 60 now. Remove 14 years from 60. This is both their second marriage, oh. 14 years, 14 minus 60. How many years is that? So they met when she was in her 40s. Hmm? Family came together after 14 years and say, after all, eh, he's single. You are still single, she's still single, come back together. The man left that relationship of 14 years to go back to his wife. Now she's gonna be 60. Where's she gonna start from? That is what I call dating without purpose. Indefinite dating. So, Brie, you that is saying that they will think you are desperate. Now tell me if you are not going to be desperate at that age. Because remember, you're a woman. How many men are going to be finding you attractive? At 60, you are looking to date somebody, except you want to become a sugar mommy. You date younger men who want to date you because of what you have. Maybe if you have money to spoil them. But for a man at any age, 70-year-old man can be dating a 30-something-year-old man in this Nigeria as long as you have money. Age is nothing. Just have kudi. Ego is what matters. But even if you have money as a woman, it's not the same. That's why you see a lot of older women who are divorced, they struggle. They really struggle to remarry. They are powerful, they are rich, they are successful, they are doing well in their career. I can name them. There are so many. You see them on social media all the time. They struggle. Do you know why? Because it's not so easy for a woman to see a man that you like, that will fit your profile, that will, you can, marry or be with. That's why most of them end up dating married men. Because at 60 now, you are looking at all the men and thinking, hey, is it me that will come and start dating this small boy that will be using me for money? So some of them have sugar boys. But sugar boy is a secret thing now. Mm? Sugar boy is a secret. It's just a secret thing for pleasure. It's not something that you want to show and broadcast to the whole world. So that's why I'm coming to tell you for us to have this conversation about indefinite dating. You are a single parent as a woman. The man is a single man. He's not divorced. Or he's a single father. Whatever his situation, you're giving him all the privileges of marriage. He will come. You do kerewa, you cook, you stay together, you go out together, you do everything together. And you think you want to be shy? The freedom, me, since I clock 50, I'm not shy about nothing. In fact, I don't think I've been shy to that extent, but there's a freedom that comes with being 50 that you don't send anybody. What's the worst that can happen? That's what I always say. What's the worst that can happen? If at 50 or you are in your 40s as a woman, you cannot ask a man, pay. What do you want to marry, or do you want to just play around? Then you don't know what you are doing. As PK said, 10 years later, I will tell you, thank you very much. I've dated you. Goodbye. Then you start crying. He wasted my time. Hey, he's not in love with me. He's found somebody else, somebody younger. But he never promised you anything because you were too shy to ask. You didn't put your cards on the table. So indefinite dating is a no, 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 no. Don't do it, oh. Do not do it. If you want marriage, some women don't want marriage. I know a number of women who, they feel like, I have my children already. I have a good career. I have my money together. I don't want the stress of marriage anymore. I've been married before. I just want companionship. I see Dr. Shola is doing a lot about companionship these days. If that's what you want, that's different, right? However, if you want commitment, a committed relationship whereby you marry, then you cannot be saying, hey, I'm shy. They will think I'm desperate. Let them think you are desperate. Ask. Hmm? Adana say, use me as a case study, you. If it can happen to me, better is coming your way. Delayed is not denial. I think I saw something where Adana wrote about. Let me see. Yeah. Brad Patrick said it's got nothing to do with being desperate. That's why you are asking during. That's what you asked during interview. Do you have any questions? You automatically flunked if you don't ask questions. Yes. Men are always toasting you. They're always coming to you say, I like you. What do you want? And I want to marry. So some of you that are single mothers, you've never been married or you've been married before, you need to be intentional. If the man wants to wait, see, let me tell you something. Unfortunately, there are a group of men, Nigerian men, who see single mothers as, they use that opportunity to just feel. Okay, they see single mothers as women that they can just have fun with and just have a good time with, but without the commitment. So it's up to you if you are going to allow that, or you're just going to be saying, okay, what's going on? Do you want to get married? If you don't want to get married, move on. So until a man says that he wants to marry you, it will be a very big risk. And this is the problem with a lot of women. We say, I'm in a relationship. Everybody knows that you're in a relationship. No ring, no commitment. So other people that are liking you now are not liking them back. You're not even giving them face. You're not even responding to DMs. You're not responding to hi. You're not responding to when you go out, people say, I like you because you think you're in a relationship. But he hasn't asked you. He's not committed to you. So PK said until he talks about commitment, about marriage, be open to dating. Don't be open to dating. Just be open. Keep yourself open. Because that's the problem again. This auntie that was given an example, she put all her eggs in that relationship. 14 years is a long time. Everybody knows them together. But the man has gone back to his wife. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Adana says, I'm 26, no kids, a divorcee, and married to a 38-year-old man, never been married or any kids, doing way above my level. He loves God and has an amazing family. I pray to God for, I repeat, don't settle. Yeah, don't settle. Don't settle. Since you could not come to the wedding, Adana, we're going to come to your baby dedication by the grace of God. The Lord is going to bless your home and He will bless you with the fruit of the womb, and we'll celebrate together by the grace of God. People are asking Adana question. Where did you meet him? Where did you play? Kindly share, because we are not seeing this type. Adana, you're going to become a relationship coach by force. Number one thing you need to do for all those people who are asking Adana, you need to know what you want. A lot of you ladies don't know what you want. You settle for anybody and anything. That one is, in my own book, that's desperation. When you settle for, you have no standard. We talked about standard here all the time. I know somebody like that in this London. I've never seen a human being like that before in my entire life. This lady, he can date anybody. Just be a man. A man is a man. When you have standard, it helps you to select. What are you looking for? Once you stay on business, on your standard, that is already ruling out some people. Time wasters, they are ruled out. So if you want to get married, don't date endlessly. Oh. Don't settle down for indefinite dating. Oh. Mm-hmm. Adana, there's lots of questions for you. Somebody is asking, how long did you date before getting married? Your story is interesting. Yeah. Okay, I'm taking calls now. I hope you get the gist. Indefinite dating is a no, no, no. Don't be like that, auntie. And the other one that Nat was telling me, 20 years of dating, no ring. Nah. We've talked about it all the time. That means say I'm 30 and I'm struggling in this street. I have no kids. That means we talked about all these things. You need to put yourself out there. Are you putting yourself out there? You're not going to meet anybody just going to your job and going to church and going home. You got to. Sissy is the queen of how to meet eligible bachelor. Sissy is meeting men.
Auntie, why are you
And I'm
saying it like
talking
that
about
for?
Sissy knows how to meet top quality men.
Huh?
Please advise Dami.
Put yourself out there and set your boundaries and don't be too fussy unnecessarily. I think that's the main thing.
Mhm.
Uh,
Welcome, my darling.
Hey Auntie B, sorry I'm late. Mommy duties. Oh my gosh. Bobby duties is making me crazy. But the fam, how's everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a good week. Auntie B, how are you?
I'm good, my love. I'm good. Welcome.
Good, good. I love this topic. Dating.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
Can you hear me?
No, you unmuted yourself. You're back now. Welcome.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Go ahead.
So for me, I think when it comes to dating and dating endlessly, as the topic is for today, I think it's important to put people into different, I'd say as women, put yourself in different categories because your audience is made of mature listeners. What you guys call Gen Z, Gen X, right? We've got millennials, we've got Gen Zs. And then amongst that, there's different groups. So I would say people who are dating for the first time, they've never been married, don't have children. I feel like that group of people, your dating should not be more than 6 months. I think if you're ready to get married and you know you're ready to get married, don't date men that are just out here for dating's sake. That has to be your standard, that has to be your boundary, and you shouldn't waver on it. Whether the guy is fine, whether the guy is tall, whether the guy has got six pack, don't waver on it because those things, and when you start bending, it'll make your dating process so much longer and you'll waste so much more time. But if you're set and you know, listen, I'm 25 or I'm 30, I'm not dating any men that are not ready to get married. Have that as a non-negotiable from the off.
It's
It will
called
start to
dating for
whittle.
marriage. You tell them
Date
from
for
the onset,
marriage
I'm
from the
dating for
onset.
marriage.
from
Yes.
from the onset, whether the guy is good looking, whatever the guy's credentials are, it's like the devil will always bring you what you want but will confuse you. So you'll have the perfect guy but the man is not ready to commit to you, so why are you going to waste your time? I think and then when he's ready, he's going to dump you and move on and marry a woman within 2 weeks, within 2 months. Do you understand? So I feel like if you're dating for marriage, have that as a non-negotiable. You are not dating people that are just, oh, I want to do situationship, I want to do talking stage, I just want to be F bodies, all this kind of time wasters. Eliminate them. And once you say I'm dating for marriage, the men that are really, really serious and looking for marriage, they will stay. The ones that are not interested, they'll start ghosting you. They'll not respond to your call. You too, you will not pick up your phone for them as well. It's slowly, you will start pushing these people aside. The other group I would say is people who have had the relationships, maybe haven't gone to the altar, but are kind of like in between. I'd say I was in that category. I already had a child before, and this could also be for single parents, right? I feel like when you're in that category, I wouldn't advise you to rush into marriage. So for me personally, I would say dating somebody and marrying somebody when you've got children and that person is coming not only into your home, but into the home with your children. I think dating somebody, marrying within 6 months when you have children is a massive no-no for me personally. Only because I feel like you need time to get to know the guy. Then your children also need time to get to know the guy. Do you understand? You're incorporating a little bit more than just the two of you. So I don't think you should move that fast. However, you should also know, uncle, are we dating for marriage? Do you want to marry? If you don't want to marry, be going. If you want to marry, fantastic. Let's start dating like seriously. But then at some point, introduce your kids into the mix so that the man can, get to be around your children. Your children can be comfortable. Then you will know if truly, this man is somebody that's going to be in your life as a husband for yourself and for your children, right? And then I would say for me, the people that are over the mature, maybe married, second marriage, third marriage, whatever. If you're in that category, I don't understand why you shouldn't know what you want. If you think that you have healed, you're ready to move on, you want to get married, maybe it's your second marriage, and the other person that you're dating is also looking for the same thing, be intentional. Say, look, I've gone through this marriage, I want to do it right. This time, the second time, I'm doing it the right way or whatever. And set your standard as well. Have your boundary. You want to get married? Get married. If you don't want to get married, don't date somebody who, Auntie B, you say somebody dated for 20 years.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Auntie told me the story. Yeah. 20 years. No
So
marriage.
yeah,
And
I
because
feel
the
like
woman
if
is too shy, she doesn't want to talk about future. So she's just there
no.
every day. And that's
When I my do you know my
insane.
my aunt, one of my aunts, my mom's cousin, my auntie is 65. She just got married last weekend to her husband that's 86. 86 people. They've had marriages before, they've had children before, they've met each other within 1, 2 months, 3 months. This is uncle and he's a Oyibo man, right? He knew what he wanted. He said he wants to get married. They got married. They just did their wedding last weekend. When my mom was saying, "Oh, I'm going for a wedding," I'm like, "Whose wedding are you going for?" When she told me the person, I was like, "Huh? That's the people that you're going for their wedding? This old couple? They're
Yes,
getting married. three
yes.
months. They already pop up. Everything is done. I think they're even on their honeymoon. They're sending.
Let me
They've
tell you
put their life
something.
together.
Yes.
86 years old, and my auntie is 65,
They don't have
66.
time. They need to
They
hurry.
don't have time to waste.
Yeah. Let me tell
So
you
if
something. A man that wants you, women, sometimes I feel like we are in denial because women know, but because you like the guy and you want him by all cost, even
yes,
though he's showing you all the signals
he
that
doesn't want you.
he doesn't
Yeah.
want you. You know that if a man wants you, you know that he wants you. It's in the way he moves, in the way he talks, who he introduces you to, the way he talks about you to others. You will know. But we women sometimes we pretend like we don't see it. So before I move on, Dami is asking a very genuine question here. CC, I want you to help Dami. She said, "Where does one find these people?" When she said people, you see, Dami, that's part of the problem. You are saying people. Are you looking for people or you're looking for a man? Where does one find this kind of a man? Not people. You're not looking for people. Because I do go to church and I've tried online dating, which I don't really like because I feel the men online are not authentic. What says you?
Hmm. Honestly, I don't know. I just feel like if you put yourself out there, I feel like just live your life. If you live, I don't feel like you need to position yourself to be in a certain location, a certain area for your man of your dreams to approach you. I feel like live your life, be happy, be fulfilled in whatever it is that you enjoy doing. And I feel like just naturally, the right person will gravitate towards you, right? How
But saying
I
that
met.
the men online
Mhm.
are not authentic, again, you've already programmed
I
your
mean,
mindset.
I've dated guys online, but and I mean like I've had dates with guys that are online and they've all been fine. The ones I've met in person have been the crazy ones. So I think it just depends. And the guy I'm dating now, who's my future husband, by the way,
Amen.
we met online. We met online.
Amen.
We
Have
met
an open mind,
online.
my dear.
But I feel
Yes.
like just have an open
You
mind,
need to have
come
an
in with
open mind.
a
Yeah.
know what you want. But I know when I first met him, I think he was still in a stage of, oh, he just wants to see what's happening. I remember he said to me, he said, I always said to him, it's a joke. I said, well, the cream of the crop always rises to the top. I said that to him. Adana can even back me up. We spoke about this from the beginning. I said, this guy, I already knew that this man is my last bus stop. I don't know what it was. It was just the conviction I had. I said, yep, this is my man, right? That was to myself. And I always knew that he has the credentials for the type of man that I've always wanted to be with. That's one, right? He ticked those boxes. And then the only other thing was maybe his timeline and mine weren't going to be the same. So I remember in the beginning, he was saying things like, oh, he just wants to see how it goes and we can be friends. I said, I'm not looking for friends. Let me let you know that today. I'm not looking to be your
You're
friend. I
not
don't want
friends.
you to be my friend.
I have you're not friends. I'm not looking for friends.
I'm
I
not. I
want
said
a
I'm not looking for
husband.
friends. My friendship capacity is at its max. I'm not looking for
Mhm,
friends. I'm looking for a husband. So if you
mhm.
know you don't want to date me and you're not looking to get married, then it's been lovely meeting you. Please, let's go our separate ways. I wish you all the best. It was that even though he had everything that I wanted, but he already told me, I'm not 100. It was him that was eventually came round, right? So, but I knew I was prepared to walk away if he was not going to meet me at least at what we
Absolutely.
wanted for the future. And that's
Absolutely.
it. I told him from the beginning. I said,
That's
I
a
don't.
very
I'm not looking for friends. Thank you. I'm not auditioning for friends. I'm looking for a husband. I'm looking for the person that I'm going to spend my life with to build my life with. That is it. I'm not looking for F
so
buddies. I'm not looking for somebody to take me. I've gone to so many dates in London. I'm even tired of eating food. It's enough. I'm tired.
I
Okay?
like that.
No,
I like
I'm
that
tired.
because you
Yeah.
made that very clear.
Very
What
clear.
are we
And I was
looking for?
not budging.
At
I
the
was not
beginning
budging
of
on
the
it.
relationship, you need to establish what are you looking for? What do you want? So we'll put it on the table. Somebody said, Lisa said, I was in a relationship with a guy for 6 years. When I asked him what we are doing, oh God, what are we doing? I hate that word. What are we doing?
You shouldn't have to
And
ask Amanda. I think that's already
after
a
six
problem.
years, you're asking him after 6 years, Lisa,
Mm-mm.
no.
Mm.
I don't know if you
No.
are married now. If you are not married and you are still doing relationship, that's not the right way. 6 years? Do you know what 6 years? A child that is born will start primary school
And
at
also
six
just for your and
years.
just for yourself. And I feel like when I can say on the flip side, before I got with the guy that I'm with now, I was dating somebody for about a year. And everything, this guy was like my perfect guy. Yoruba, tall, dark skin, fine, good job, lovely house. Everything was just matching. But there was always one thing with him where it's like when I bring up talking about something, he'll say yes, he wants to do those things, but the action is not meeting what he's saying. That's another thing that you need to look for, ladies, when you're dating. This man can promise you heaven and earth. Has he produced it? Has he produced it? In your mind, have your own timeline. And I remember I had my timeline. I said, if after a year, this uncle has not started talking about proposing, I'm gone. I knew that in myself. I didn't have to announce it to him. I didn't have to announce it to my friends, but I knew. I marked the date in my calendar. If by this date it marks 1 year, he's not talking anything sensible, I'm gone. And by God's grace, it came to that time, and I just told him, I said, look, I don't think we are at the right place. I wish you all the best. I had to walk away from him. It was really hard. And then not long after, I met the man that I'm with today. That's very
Yeah,
intentional from the beginning. From the
yeah,
beginning. So you sometimes, if you stay in a situation, you're blocking your own blessing, meeting the right person,
yeah.
meeting the right
You're
person because
wasting
you're
your
stuck there,
time. You're wasting your time with the wrong person when the right
the
person is
wrong
already out
person.
there. 6 years is a long time. You're lucky, Lisa, that you're married now. But you know there are some brothers that like that, especially you church sisters. You see, somebody will come and tell you, pay, that the Lord told them, pay, you are their wife, and you'll be there dating for 10 years.
Oh, really?
Indefinite dating. If you didn't get anything from this show tonight, indefinite dating for you, a woman, is a no, 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 no. It doesn't favor you as a woman. You know why? Because you have a biological clock. For instance,
Exactly.
you want to have children. You know there's a timeline that you can have children. Men can have children when they are 80. They just need
Yeah.
to take one bad agbo that will make their thing to stand. And that's it. They can still father
Absolutely.
children.
And if you haven't put things in place, like nowadays, people can freeze their eggs. If you've not thought about IVF, if you don't have that type of money, that one day, okay, you think, you know what, let me sit back and see what happens, and you wait and wait and wait. Do you have the finances to do IVF if the time comes? Do you have the finances to freeze your eggs if the time comes? And really, you should be freezing your eggs before you're 30. And most people haven't even got the type of job that they want. And when you freeze your eggs, you're keeping that egg in incubation. You're paying every year or every month or something. Do you have the finances to do that? If you don't, ladies, don't allow a man to waste your time when you desire children, you desire a husband. You're shooting yourself in the foot and you're doing yourself a disservice, really, because
Thank you.
ultimately you're the one that is going to lose out.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Sissy. Just stay there.
you're
Don't go
welcome.
away. Let me bring in Uzo.
Okay,
Uzo is not
okay.
feeling well, but she's very passionate
Oh,
about this topic, so she wants to join us. Hi,
I said,
Uzo.
me and Uzo, we have our bring Auntie B back to UK plan. Uzo, good thing
Uzo
she's
said
here.
she's going to come to Nigeria and bring me back.
We're we're bringing
Oh, hi,
Auntie B
Obodo
back.
fine. Hi,
Uzo,
Sissy. I'm so
Hey,
sorry.
Uzo.
In
are you going
fact,
to bring me?
before I
You want
even
to bring me
called,
back to the UK? Why do you want to bring me back to the UK that is cold?
Auntie B, you
Mm,
have to mind yourself. If you
sorry,
keep
ma.
posting those pictures,
Mm,
you will find yourself back in the UK if you don't take time.
sorry, ma.
That enjoyment is too much. You have to tone it down.
But it's turning now. How can I
Read,
not enjoy
read,
myself?
Auntie B, read the room. That's all I have to say to you.
Sorry, ma.
Read the room. That's
Okay.
all. Hello, Obodo fam. Hello, Auntie. Hello, Sissy.
You have
I'm
flu?
so
You see,
down.
is it cold that is making you
I'm
have
down
flu?
with, oh my god, Auntie B. Like we didn't have we weren't seeing winter, any sign of winter. And then winter said wait. And it just came like in Ontario, we had you need to see the snowstorm. You need to see like 10 centimeters of snow. You need to every that's why I come get flu. Very bad
Well, yeah.
chaotic flu.
I'm sorry.
The
Eh?
flu no dey fear face. The
You
thing
know, fair face.
box
I
me
want a fair
left,
face.
side,
The
center.
cold
You
now
no
your
even
mate.
as in you no even fear my face.
Mm.
Hmm, that's little. Okay, let's jump into the story of today before they get tired with our chit chat. Hello, Bodo fam. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Sorry.
First of all, I want to
Who's
start with Dami
sorry?
J.
Yeah, Mrs. said I'll be posting picture of Egusi and a foriro. This is just evil.
Evil.
Let me see.
Don't you
Don't
people
worry.
have a
Very
foriro in
soon, Atibi will
Obodoyinbo?
find
Why
herself
are you jealous?
in the
Eh?
UK. Let her
Let me
continue.
see. This is jealousy. Oh. I don't
Very
like
soon,
this.
she'll find herself in the UK. So I wanted to just touch on a few things.
Mhm.
I wanted to first start with Dami J. Dami J said she goes to church
Yeah.
and she's not meeting guys and she's tried online dating. I'll start by saying know God for yourself. It might sound like a very vague statement, like what does she mean know God by for yourself? I'll say have a relationship with God, okay? When you have
Mhm.
a relationship with God, it helps it's like when someone is your friend, you understand the person, that the person understands you and everything, right? So that's
Mhm.
what I mean, know God for yourself, have a relationship with God. I'll use myself for instance. I've told you guys on this show before that I tried online dating, right? And I remember one time and I went on a few dates with some sensible people because it was a Christian online dating, and I went on a few dates with a few people, a few Caucasian people, but I knew that long term I couldn't be with a Caucasian person, right?
Mhm.
And then one day God told me in very clear terms, he said, Uzo, I've never told you you would meet your husband on a dating site. What are
Mm.
you doing here? And that was it. That was the day I shut down my account, deleted everything, and just, you know, moved forward with my life and was just enjoying my life, working and just enjoying every day, and just enjoying everyday life. And then a year later, I already told you guys I met my husband on Instagram. um I met my husband in on Instagram in February, when the family went, Igbo people will do Ogo Malogo. That's his family is going to meet my family. That was the
Mhm.
day my husband paid bride price. He didn't tell me that he was going to pay bride price. They just said Ogo Malogo. The parents are just going to meet each other to
Mhm.
indicate, oh, this is the person my son is saying he likes. Let's see. And the day of Ogo Malogo, my dad called me and says, oh, your bride price is going to be paid. Your husband brought money for bride price. I said bride price from where to where? And I told my dad to give me a few minutes. I called my husband and said, you didn't tell me you're paying by price today. And he said, Shebi, you said you want a man that's going to show you working. I'm showing you working. And that was it. My buy price was paid in August, and which automatically meant that we're married. By November, we had gone to court in Canada. By December, we went back to Nigeria and got married traditionally and in the church. So
That's an
it's
intentional man. No time to
yeah.
waste.
And that's one thing I've known about men. And I guess it also helped me to be firm. Men know what they
If
want.
it takes six
They're
years, he
not like
doesn't want
women.
you. He doesn't
Yes,
want you.
yes,
Mm.
men are not like women. You see, women, we don't always know what we want. I see some people say, "Oh, I cannot marry a man I've not dated for 1 year." What are you doing playing around for 1 year? You say you want to be with him for all the seasons, winter, summer, spring, and what? Like, we also have to be careful with what we're also projecting of ourselves. You have to, like, even with my husband, I've always been assertive because ATB was saying something that maybe her freedom came at 50, mine came at 30. The moment I said it on the show that I got married at 31, right? When I got when I was 30, it's like my brain did a reset. Do you understand? I wasn't going to tolerate any bullshit. Anything anybody was going to say, that's their business, because I thought I had reached maybe like the hallmark of my years. So even at that 30, I was very intentional. If I met someone and I saw it wasn't working, I just move. Like my husband, I was very intentional with who I am, what I want, and everything. Even when I met him, I asked him, "What are your deal breakers? What do you want out of this? If it wasn't going to align with me, let's just part ways. We're already in our 30s. We can't be playing around like we're in our 20s." So as women, we also have to be very, very, um, um, very, very intentional with
And
anything that we
vocal.
do.
You have to be
And
vocal
always
as
and
if
vocal, and also choose yourselves. Also, another thing I want to say is that when I met my husband, and um when I met him physically, and we started talking, going out on dates and everything, the next thing I dragged him to the nearest clinic. I said, oh yeah, bring your health card. We're going to the clinic to go and do testing in case you mistakenly shift my pants. It's one thing to get pregnant. It's another thing to have sexually transmitted diseases. Those are two different things, because I don't want to hear stories that touch. My mom was just looking at me. He said, okay, let's go. Even when we got to the clinic, the doctor was like, oh, what are you doing this test for? I said, oh, we're in a relationship and we're not children. So in case of, we have to be sure that we're both clean. We took all the necessary, steps as adults. So when I hear people saying that, oh, they have this, my boyfriend gave me this, I was like, when you meet somebody, before you start removing each other's clothing, don't you go and do tests to rule out certain things?
Hmm.
You see if you're also compatible with your blood group and everything. And me and my husband were also, let me also add that we're so in love. But one thing my husband had told me was that he was AS, and that if I was AS with him, he could not continue the relationship. Even when I was like, oh, really? So even I mean, I was even still doing love, thinking love and everything, but he let me know. Of course, I'm AA, right? But I was still saying that as a man that is in love, isn't even if I'm AS, isn't it supposed to? That's why I need that men are critical thinkers. They're not like
Oh,
women.
men know how to negotiate.
I'm telling you,
They
people
are
will do
good
things
at.
based on
And
feelings.
let me
I'm
tell you
telling
something.
you.
Also, you are a very beautiful woman, but you know what your husband said? He meant it. If you were anything
Yes,
other than hey, he will not marry you.
I think he
Absolutely, he
meant it
meant
though.
it.
But you know,
But
many
anyway,
Absolutely.
women will say, maybe
I'm telling
you can
as of course.
manage.
See,
Hmm.
if you see us doing love now, you won't even believe that he was even going to let this love go. But that's what I'm saying. Women, you have to start thinking like men.
Yes.
Prioritize yourself.
That's why
Prioritize
Steve
yourself.
Harvey wrote that book. Think like a man, act like a woman.
Prioritize. You can be soft, but you can also be firm. So that's just what I wanted to contribute today. The
Thank you,
flu
my
did not
love.
want me to come in, but love and dating is me and Sisi's
That,
our strength.
that's your
So
strength. Well
we had
done.
to
Thank you
come
so
in
much, my
to say
dear. I
something.
appreciate
Thank
Thank
you,
you
you.
for
Uzo.
having me.
Thank you. So
And
feel
get
better,
well soon.
okay? I will send you
Thank you.
some pepper soup to make you
Auntie
feel
B.
better. I
Auntie
will send you
B.
pepper soup.
Auntie B. You heard what I said when I said the show. I said mind yourself and read the room. Those pictures, tone it down. Those enjoyments, tone it down.
Posted for almost 1 week now.
That's what I have to say. Thank you,
Oh,
Auntie. Love you. Have a nice day.
I love you. How many of you are scared of Uzo? I'm scared of Uzo. Uzo is scary. Oh my God, Uzo. I hope you feel better. I love you, darling. Honey babe, welcome, love. How are you? What do you have to say? Indefinite
Yeah.
dating. Why are women
Hello.
so shy
Hey, honey,
about
babe.
dating?
I need your
All the
advice
UK,
because,
all the UK people in the house.
you
Yes,
know, I need your help. Can you hear me okay?
yes, my
We can
dear.
hear you.
Yeah. I can hear, I need your help because I'm in a situation. What it is that, I said that I don't want to marry, I don't want to do nothing. And I've realized that the relationship I have with my son's dad, it ain't going nowhere.
Because you already foretold it that you don't want to
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
marry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, unfortunately, there was a friend of mine. He's married. His mother, God rest her soul, she passed, and I went to their funeral in Southeast London, and I met up with a friend of mine that knew me since I was 17. So, I saw him as a friend. We've been talking and everything. So he obviously said he wants a relationship. And I'm like, yeah, right. Because my attitude is like, you kind I was of the opinion, time waster, time waster. We ended up going to Trevor Nelson's. It was last Saturday. We went to Trevor Nelson's, kind of like a wine bar kind of thing. And he was like, oh, I said, what do you want from me? Do you want to be friends? Because I haven't got time for time wasters. Now, I don't know. He was saying to me that he wants to get married. And I don't know how to take it. Hello?
Said he wants to get married.
He said he wants to get married.
Hold up, honey, babe. You've
Okay.
jumped
Yeah.
this story.
Let,
You've jumped the story. I thought
let
you
me
were
be.
still. Are you not dating your toy boy anymore?
Nah,
You haven't. You've
nah,
missed a
nah,
big
that
story.
one's done. That one's done for months. That one's done
Oh,
for
okay.
months. Nah, I don't do two time. That one's done for months. I've
Oh, okay,
realized, yeah.
okay.
I
Which
realized
toy
that's why I
boy?
said I'm a
Hold on.
working for,
Hello.
yeah.
Anyway, Sissy. Which toy boy? I'm
It's,
lost.
No, well, basically, my son's dad is a couple of years younger. There's no need for disrespect, CC. Okay, he's younger than me. But I think I got to a stage that, you know what, it's not like I was really thinking about marriage, but I kind of realized that, you know what, this ain't going nowhere. Do you understand? Let's just be co-parenting. So I've been doing my own thing, focusing on my business. Now, this person that um now came into my life, I've just been seeing him as a friend, didn't think nothing. You know, he's been talking to my friends, the person that the mother had the funeral, and they're all saying this guy is really interested. I'm very much, shall I entertain him based on previous relationships? I don't want time wasters. I've been through quite a lot of drama. Now, I don't know what to do in respects of,
So
should I
what's the
take him?
confusion? What's the
I
confusion?
don't know because he even called me just now, but I declined so I can be on this call. He calls me. We even when we was even getting our coats, I think someone said the doorman was like, "Oh, are you guys married?" I said no. He said, "Oh, we will soon." I'm like, "Why are you saying things like that?" I don't like things like that. I don't like being jumped on like
You
that.
know
But
what? Honey babe,
mhm.
I think we need to discuss this after the show. Yeah? Sister and I need to have a conference call with you.
Really.
Yes. Sister, what do you say? She needs intervention. We need an
Yeah,
intervention
it's
with
probably
Honey babe.
intervention. I think the
Yeah.
issue with me is that he's come into my life when I haven't really been looking. I'm kind of so used to being on my own, and I'm thinking he's saying all the right things. But I think with me, it's just trust because guys can deceive you and say a lot of things. So I think the issue that I have is that do I entertain this person? Because it's very easy to say you want to marry someone. He said he wants to spend the rest of his life with me. He's very
But
serious, and I'm
but
kind of
between
looking
your
at
mind,
him.
do you want to get married or not?
The thing is, I don't know. I can't say yes. I can't say no. I don't actually know.
Okay.
I'm being
That's
serious.
valid.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's valid. Okay. Let's have this conversation after the show.
No problem. No
Okay.
problem. All
Thanks for
right then.
calling us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye
All
bye.
right. Okay. Natu, hi darling. How are you? You told me the story of the person that did 20 years dating.
Yes, so
Ofolobade.
Auntie B.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so by the way, before I talk, Uzo is right. Mama, stop preparing us. Please. Uzo said we the
You too. Natu.
Mama, please, please. You see how Uzo said it with straight
I've
face?
not posted in over 1 week.
Uzo is savage. I like her energy. But she's
Uzo.
the
I'm
Auntie
scared
B.
of
She's
Uzo.
the Auntie B, read the room. Read the room.
Uzo is one of the few people I'm scared of here on this platform. Honestly.
No, I love her energy.
I
No,
love her, but I'm scared of her.
that lady is our friend, Auntie B. They were dating since when we were 16. And then 15 years after, when she was like 30 something, he brought his people to meet her parents for the first time. Okay. And then when they greeted and they showed interest, they never came back. So year 19, all of us were on her case. We say, if you don't leave this guy, we'll bring somebody and marry
19.
you
Were
out.
they living
Yes,
together or living apart?
they'll leave it apart.
And she waited for 19 years.
Yeah, they've been dating for 19 years. They were like seeing other people in between, but he has cheated on her and has like serious relationship with other people. I don't know what she was doing there. Oh.
Yeah, I think they
Let me
can
just
make
be
a
honest.
movie on that kind of 19 years
No,
relationship.
so let me tell you the icebreaker. So when she finally broke the relationship, we made her break up with the guy, started dating somebody that's like I think 15 years older than her. And this guy saw her in 6 months. He went and paid dowry and fixed wedding dates.
Mhm.
After the fixed wedding date, that other guy, the 19, 20 year
Yeah,
old
I forgot
relationship,
that bit that you said
he,
that he got married as well.
yeah, so his elder sister now told our friend, I'm trying hard not to say her name, now told our friend that our friend should tell her parents to return the dowry, that they will come and pay dowry. Can you imagine that nonsense? And to be just listen to this nonsense. Just listen to this nonsense. So all of us with our sisters put our feet down and said, nope, that's not gonna happen. You're going with this wedding, blah blah blah. Wallahi, she got married after 6 months and I got married. Wallahi. After 6 months, not even up to a year.
Hmm. Did she
After
marry the
six
other
months.
guy?
Yeah, she married. She got married. Yeah, she got married first. Then the
Somebody that
other guy
cannot
got
make
married.
up his mind for 19 years. I don't
Yeah.
know why you. Why do you
So
want that kind of
this
a man as your husband?
me or more, yeah, me.
He's
That
too
this now brings us
indecisive. Nah.
this now brings us to the talk that you and Ola used to have about value.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if you bring value to the table, there's no man that wants to meet a woman that has value. You don't want to lose out on that. So,
Yeah.
like Ola will always say, go and do the work on yourself. See, if husband is not coming, go and do school. Go and have fun, travel, go on solo vacation. You don't even know if you might meet your husband on solo vacations. If your friends are doing stuff, party, wedding, go. But don't be say, I want to meet your husband in church. I want a God-fearing man. I want to meet your husband. Let me go to dating app. I want to specifically live your life. Live your life. It will come. Honestly speaking, because there are things that you might miss out on not doing when you're single. When you get married, you can't do it. But when you are being focused that I'm getting to 30, I'm getting to 40, I'm getting to 35, I'm not married. I have one of my friends that's 38. The husband is not coming, she's living her life. She went and freeze her ex.
Hmm.
Yes. So you have to like be able to add value that when a man comes, he does not want to think twice. He doesn't even want to miss
So
out.
did she not have a lot of value to bring to the relationship?
In the beginning,
Because they
in
met
the
at
beginning,
19.
he- they met at 16.
At
She was still in
16, yeah.
secondary
What
school.
value does
Yes,
a 16-year-old have? She's a
exactly.
student. She's in secondary school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she was just like all over the place. So when she got to 30, I think her brain reset when she was like 30, started working on herself, went back to school. That was when he brought his people to come and greet her parents the first time. And
So
then he
after
continued his
greeting,
year.
she decided to go indefinitely.
Exactly. And now that brings the issue of boundaries. When you're able to set your boundaries, you're able to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, what will a man do for you? Auntie B, if you don't know
Hmm.
what you want, what would the guy give you? But if you know
Exactly.
what you want, what you're focused on, even the man can read the room in Ozo's voice. He can read the room and like, hey, this one is not playing.
19 years dating.
Yes, this one is our
Hey,
friend, and it's not somebody outside.
yeah.
Somebody I know, Papa, like this.
And you know the
So
funny
I,
thing, Uzo, not to sorry, love. Most of
yes,
those
ma.
long decades of dating never ends
They
up
don't
in
end up,
marriage.
yeah, they don't end up getting
Yeah,
married. That's true.
yeah.
That's true. And
Hmm.
and you know, my own story is like Uzo's one too. When my husband's people came to greet for the first time, they came with the dowry. Oh. After they greeted my people, they accepted their greeting. They just turned their car and opened boot and brought dowry stuff, and they paid everything in one day.
If a man wants to marry you, he knows.
He will, he will.
So you
I'm
as a
telling
woman,
you.
you are there praying,
Yeah,
fasting, do
yes.
100
If you
days of
don't,
prayer like D was praying
Auntie
for
B,
100 days.
Auntie
You are
B,
just
stop,
punishing
stop.
yourself for nonsense. You're
Auntie
doing
B,
nonsense.
and you know
I don't
some
know
women's problem.
what D was praying for, whether it's marriage or whatever it was, but don't punish
Some
yourself
women,
like that.
some women's problem is that they see marriage as a meal ticket. You see a man today, you start billing him next week, and you want him to marry you in 6 months when he's already seen you as a liability. How would that work?
Then you should leave her and go to someone that is not a liability.
Exactly. So that's why sometimes when the men leave today, like, oh, he just came, played around and left. No, because you didn't show him the value that you are giving him. You didn't have any decision on the table. You don't have any boundaries. You are just there. Like, okay,
Mm.
what's your plan? What's your this thing? You're just like anything, trusting God. Oh, well, and the story is long. God will
Thank you,
just
my
help our
dear.
sisters and God will help
Hmm.
all of us. Do and come back. When are you
I
coming back?
mean, just know what you want and don't settle. And
True.
stand on business with what
Hmm.
you expect.
True.
Don't be open for anything. The problem is that women are just a lot of women are just anyhow. 6 years, you now be asking where are we going after holding it 6 years.
We're going to Abuja.
No, we are going to Kano. It's Kano we are going. Kaduna. Kano, Kaduna. Mm.
And when are you
Dean,
coming back?
sorry, darling Dean. I know it was not for marriage, but that thing, how many days fasting that you did is still blowing my mind. Mm. They call for dating for so long. Natu, what kind of question is that? Dami is here. Wait for Dami to talk first. Dami, unmute yourself, my dear.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, my dear. Where are you, guy? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from just outside of London, so I'm based in the UK.
Oh, you're in the UK. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Okay.
am. Yes.
Welcome, darling. Mm-hmm.
Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, so I was just like asking, just like, where does one, find these kind of men, like just to socialize? Because I'm not necessarily like looking for someone at church. Of course, like church is there, but to be honest with you, I feel like nowadays the men in the church, even I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that there's just like I don't know, could be some sort of issues. Like a lot of the men in church don't really want to socialize. with certain women. I don't know why, but that's just my personal experience. And also, I do think women outnumber men in the church anyway, so that's just one thing. But when it comes to like meeting new people, like where do I meet new people? Where do I meet new men or people just in general? Like not necessarily even for dating, but just for those things, just to like more or less socialize.
Okay. Cece, are you still there? Unmute
I'm
yourself.
here. I'm here.
Okay. That
Okay, for me, I'd say if you
Dami's in
want to
the
meet,
UK.
okay, I'd say I had a friend. She went on this. It's kind of like speed dating, but not speed dating. There's events that you can go to. There's like sip and paints. Here in the UK, I think they do that now. In America, it's becoming really big. You go with your friends. There's other guys that will be there. You put yourself out. There's always events on What's On in London, or there's events on shubs.com that's not raving. You can go to industry, depending on your industry, what industry you are. If you're in tech, if you're in HR, try and go to those events. You may meet other, or the ones that are specific for Black people. So it could be, I work in HR, so I go to like HR women, in Black women in HR, for example. I go to those events. You may go to other events that are just global. You may meet men there as well. Men are always in things related to tech and property. If you're into those things, go along to those events, have a look at the calendars, and turn up. I used to go to events specific, not that I'm looking for men, but you would meet guys at those events, and there wouldn't be a lot of women because it's not really an industry that women really tapped into. Only now women are starting to tap into like doing like Airbnbs and all these things. I think that's where you'll find guys that are just average guys that you're not looking, they're not on a dating mission. They're just doing something outside of dating, and you meet like-minded people. So if you have an interest, go to those places and put yourself out there. Those are the only things that I can suggest. If you don't like online dating, if you don't have people to introduce you, and go to events in London that's like, I'm a millennial, so there's a lot of millennial events like games nights. There's
Yeah,
things that you
I'm
can go,
30.
all
Yeah,
you need to put, you like go out to those events, not specific because you're looking for a man, just to go out, vibe with people, have conversation. And from that one thing to another, it can lead to a date, it can lead to maybe speaking to somebody and just aligning, and you may meet your husband, you may not meet your husband. But I think it's just putting yourself out in spaces where you're not necessarily looking for a date, but being mindful that, okay, this is the kind of industry that I'd like my potential man to be in: finance, property, tech. That's where you find men. Go to those places. That's my suggestion.
thank you. Yeah, because I do work in I do work as a commercial analyst, so I am interested in tech. It's just that it's not really, I don't know, like there's only like sometimes specifically for women that I normally see, not necessarily generally for men anyways. But I probably might go to some tech events to see what's around. So I might just try that and just see like
Yeah,
what
what
other
about
things as well.
social outing? I know we don't have a
Like
lot of
social
that.
outings, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a
Mm,
lot of that because of the changes in weather and everything. But in
mm.
summer, put yourself out there and just go out. Barbecues, house parties, lounges. There are men out there. When you can't find a man indoors. I'm sorry.
I know,
The
I
only
know,
man
I
you can
know.
find indoors is if you go online. And you say you tried online dating. Have you tried
Yeah,
Hinge?
I used to use Hinge many years ago. Hinge was actually okay, but I used to use this. So I used to be on this dating app called Soul. It's for Christians. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like it. Sorry. I think
So this Christian thing, yeah,
dating.
please.
Yeah,
I know you did say that you're going to church trying to meet men.
yeah,
Please, if you're looking for someone serious and you look, church is like a hospital. And
yeah.
Christian dating
True.
sites, it's not only Christians that are there. In fact, there are a lot of people that are not Christian looking for Christian men.
Absolutely.
Leave Christian dating
Absolutely.
site, please don't.
Yeah,
Don't.
I mean, I've deleted the app anyways. Like I delete the app.
Yeah.
Yeah. I delete the app. Like I don't.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean, Stacey will tell you that it's possible to meet people on
Absolutely.
Hinge, especially. I don't know,
Absolutely.
maybe there are other ones out there that you meet
yeah,
people.
Absolutely. And you
Yeah,
and pay for the, I mean, sometimes people want the free one, but I think sometimes if you pay, depending
have
on,
an
and then it
open
will
mind.
filter, huh?
Yeah, you
It
also
will
need to have an
filter.
open mind.
Yeah, or if you're somebody who's, I'm not particularly somebody who's open to other races. That's just my preference. So it's not something that I'm into.
Same,
But if you're
same.
single and you're open to it, be open to it and have your profile open to me and be open-minded. I think that's the most important thing. If it's something that you're into, don't cut your dating pool to just only black men or just African men or whatever. Date
No, like,
everybody and you never know who you may meet.
I mean, I have obviously I have dated one white person in the past. It was okay, like, but again, I was just like, I don't know if I could do this again. Unless I'm probably 40 and single, then I could try it when I'm 40 and single. But like, not now. Like, I'm 30. I'm still got a bit of time.
Yeah,
So
you should hook up with Sissy. She's very good with these things. She'll put you on.
okay, then. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that's
join
fine.
our group, and then Sissy will
Okay,
mentor you.
how do I join the group, or like, you know, is it a WhatsApp?
Is the first time you're calling into the show? Have you ever called into the show before?
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't.
No,
It's your first time.
No, yeah.
Okay, you're a subscriber, so I'll give you the benefit of doubt.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No
I'll give you
problem.
the
No
benefit
problem.
of doubt. Just add us on WhatsApp. Let me put the number
Okay.
here, and then
Okay.
I'll connect you to CC. And CC is good. CC knows how to flirt and catch men and
Oh gosh.
where to find men.
Oh my God, we didn't talk about flirting. Be a flirt. Come on, guys.
Of
You need to know
course,
how to flirt.
be flirting.
Oh
But
my
of
God, I
course,
love flirting.
of course.
What?
Of course, like,
Just
but I
have to
still
flirt
think,
to get men. So
but I don't think even when I was on online dating, the issue wasn't necessarily like finding some of the matches. It was just like more or less some of the men. I think they would just get like bored after some time. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is exactly, but they just get bored. Like, yeah. So yeah.
okay, don't worry. Have you seen the
Thank you.
number?
Yes. Let me just.
now. Yeah, just WhatsApp. Don't call it. Don't text. Just WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for calling. Is that Dammy?
That's Dami J.
Oh, huh. Dammy J. Lovely
So
to
you
meet
have
you.
someone to mentor. Auntie 50. You're doing well. You're doing very well. You're gonna mentor her, and I don't know. Sometimes you young ladies say you struggle with meeting men, but there are men everywhere. I don't know. Okay, this well. Okay, let's summarize now. Let's end this. Somebody is saying DM me. Sissy has taught me so much. Adana. Oh, Sissy. Adana is giving you flowers.
She needs to. She needs to. I know what we went through in the backstage. So
Yeah.
my
And
baby.
Ben, you see, Ben, every day you change your name. One day you're Uncle Benu. One day you're African podcast. What are you? Just stick to one. Let's know who you are. Sissy is the baddest friend you want on your team. See? You're collecting your flowers.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah, okay. Casey, if you want to join the WhatsApp, all of you that want some dating tips, Sissy is here. She can help. She's generous and she knows how to get quality, but you need to be Hey, Adana, is that $100? Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. We need to start calling you by your marital name, Mrs. Thank you, Adana. That's $100 super chat. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas. I wish you a very, very happy married life. Lots of children, lots of joy. Your joy will never diminish. The Lord will bless your home. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's so generous of you. Thank you. Sissy, final words before we jump out.
I think my final words are: have your non-negotiables. Don't budge on them for anybody, for whatever the guy is bringing to the table or not bringing to the table. Know what you want. I think there shouldn't be superficial things. There should be things that, okay, this is going to be a long-lasting relationship. It shouldn't be six-pack, all these, superficial things. Have the core, the core qualities of who your man is, who your husband is, who the father of your children is going to be. That's number one. And if you're dating, have a timeline, right? Don't date people that take you into talking stage, into situationships and all this kind of palaver. No. Set your standard from the beginning. If the guy's not willing to meet up, then let him go on to the next one. That's it. Try and keep your legs closed until you meet your person. That's another one. I don't think it's good to be jumping from person to person, person to person. It will
Mhm.
cloud your judgment. Once you introduce that into it, it will cloud your judgment. I always date. I go out for dinners. I go to the movies. I have experiences, but I'm not spreading it wide, dropping it low for anybody unless I know that this person we're locked in. No, go out, have a nice dinner, have good conversation. If the person's not for you, bounce onto the next one. Date multiple people as well. There's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with that as a lady, so that you know 100% what you want, but set your timeline. Okay, if I'm talking with this guy, by this time, I need to see some action. It shouldn't just be words, it should be followed with action. If you're not seeing that, move on. And
Bounce.
then if you have kids, just be careful. Like I said, I think you should take your time to check out the person, introduce them to your children, and not rush, just to make sure that you're bringing the right person into your life. And just be open-minded. If you're somebody who wants to date into like different ethnicities, be open-minded. Put yourself out there, you know, and have a positive attitude, positive mindset. If you start thinking, oh, there's no men, men are scum, I
Yeah.
feel like you attract what you say.
The energy, the
I'm
universe.
always very
Mhm.
positive.
Yeah.
The guy that I have, he's like, they'll say, oh, he's the 1%, six figures, this, all this type of credentials. And then somebody will see me, oh, she's got 2 kids. That's the type of person that shouldn't have this type of person. Is those Samuel, what's the guy, the Samuel, whatever. I probably
Yes.
wouldn't be the type of guy that should be with that guy, but I know the type of qualities that I have in myself, and I know I can attract any type of man that I want. That's just me as a person, and I'm always a very positive person. So when you're positive, you
Mm.
don't look at things and you don't date from a place of scarcity. If you think every man is bad, every man is a cheater, every man is this, every man, I always say, I have a Yoruba angel. People say Yoruba demons up and down. I'm like, no, I've never experienced one. I can't relate, and that's the truth. So
Mm.
have a positive mindset, and I feel like you will attract what you want, and just put out positivity and just be open-minded. I think those are my takeaways for today.
Thank you so much, Sissy. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely love and appreciate you. You know that already. Thank you so much for all the good tips that you're giving to everybody that is listening. So, in ending, I'm just going to say, if you are listening to this, don't date indefinitely. Okay? When people are coming into your life, no, ask them, what do you want? That's what is called dating for marriage. If you want situationship, you need to agree. The Bible says in Amos 3:3 that two cannot work together except they agree. The problem is that some of you walk blindly without any agreement. What do you want? You like me. You know, men are hunters. Everybody tells us that men are hunters. You are hunting, you want to hunt me. Okay, what do you want with me if you catch me? You need to establish that. It's not to say that people are going to be always be honest with you. Some people can say, oh, I love you. Without you, I cannot live. I cannot breathe. I will marry you tomorrow. Sometimes, Lori Rock. But watch, listen. Does their action match what they are saying? Very, very important. Okay? And some of you, you just need to be more. A man that wants you will be very, very, very intentional from the beginning. You tolerate too much nonsense. That's why. Somebody will say they like you, like the young lady was saying. Somebody will say they like you. 1 week, you not hear from them. Then randomly they will just remember you and call you. You too, you will tolerate it. No. A man that really wants you will be intentional from day one. They know. If communication is important to you, for instance, you know. So if they don't talk to you, you say no, you are not for me. You can't communicate. I'm very, very interested in communicating because remember, you set the pace, and whatever you start with in relationship is what you're going to have in marriage. So stay on business, have your standards, be open-minded, and please don't jinx it with your mouth. One thing I've learned about all these things is that words have power. The Bible also tells us that life and death are in the power of the tongue. Stop confessing negative things. Ah, there are no men in this London. In this abroad, there are no men. All the good men are married. All the good people are taken. All the good women are taken. No, you don't need everybody. You just need one. One. And I believe in my heart that there's no scarcity in God. So it's only one. You don't need all the men in the abroad. You don't need all the women. You just need one good one. And if you have faith and you believe that that one good one, God has reserved that person for me, then you put yourself out there. Don't stay indoors. But there's no to if you don't learn anything tonight, no indefinite dating. Be dating for 15 years, 20 years. There is no scarcity in God. There are 6 billion people on this in this world. You can't find one. Kilo day. Maybe the Bible tells us that God made us as women from the rib of a man. Where is the man that you are taken from? Well, if the former one went away, another one will come. There's no scarcity in God. I believe in it so strongly. So it's got to be something that you believe in, because belief is very, very important. You believe in something, then you work with it. And that energy flows and it follows you. Don't have a negative mindset. You heard what City said. Stop. Anybody, people, you say, hey, man a man. What's man a man? No, man is have standards. Somebody starts showing you shaking now, you can see that he's not consistent, he's not reliable, he's lying, doing all sorts of things that you know you don't want. Age is no longer on my side. Did you not hear Sissy telling us about the auntie that's getting married? They are in their 80s. I don't pray that you wait till 80s, but you know, the thing that God has just been revealing to me sometime recently is that people say that second marriages don't last. The statistics show that second marriages usually don't last. But let me shock you. Some people don't find their true love in their first marriages. It is in their second marriages that they find their forever after. The one they will grow up with. The one they will grow old with gray hair, that they will hold their hand and be shaking and be walking. So whatever your situation, I don't know what your situation is, but you know what? There is no scarcity in God. Say that to yourself every day. There is no scarcity in God. He did it for Adana. If he can do it for Adana, then he can do it for you, Dami. He can do it for everybody that is trusting God. But never ever settle. Because if you settle, that's when you now enter shake and say, now you are married. You are a married woman now. Then the shame and the stigma and everything will now come. You cannot leave. Then you start suffering. Before you know, emotional, domestic, so many things will start happening. There is no scarcity in God. And for everybody that is trusting in God, don't worry. Yeah. Hope deferred. The Bible tells us that hope deferred makes the heart weary. But when desire comes, it's like a tree of life. Hope deferred makes the heart weary. But when desire comes, it's like a tree of life. And I pray that whatever you are seeking God for, the Lord will meet you at the point of your need. Thank you so much. I understand that some people are not subscribing because they think subscribing is you have to pay. When Nigerians hear subscribing, they think they are taking money. Please, YouTube does not ask you for your money, except you are a member. Please subscribe. It's free of charge, your fellow bade. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amarachi said that's to my friend in her second marriage, and she said it is the best. Yes. You know why, Amarachi? A lot of people marry for the wrong reason in their first marriage. When you do it wrong, when you want to do it again, you do it for the right reason. So it doesn't matter if it's your second marriage, you get it right and you will honor God and you will find peace, you find love. So don't worry, there is no scarcity in God. Thank you so much, everybody. I love and appreciate you. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe. It's free of charge, I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Hey guys, it's your girl, Auntie B here. Are you enjoying this show? Are you gaining some value from it? Have you subscribed? Have you liked this video? Or you're just one of those people that come to watch and walk away? YouTube subscription is absolutely 100% free. Do remember to subscribe. Do remember to share this video and also give us a thumbs up and share it on all your social media handles. Share it on your WhatsApp groups. Send it to your friends, your loved ones in Nigeria. And if you want to support our work by donating to the channel, we have the details of our PayPal and our accounts here. Please use them. And remember, God loves a generous giver. Support our work, show us appreciation. The year is coming to an end. Say, Auntie B, this is for your Christmas present. Just send us a donation today. And I really appreciate all my lovers and my friends out there. Thank you. Ajoshewa Onibaje o.